Motorhead Garage is putting on its traveling shoes and heading off to Louisville for the 50th annual NSRA Street Rod Nationals. It's a 4-day festival devoted to hot rods with over 10,000 classic and vintage rides in attendance. In addition to the packed parking lots, the Kentucky Expo Center also hosts the Builder Showcase, where 40 of hot rodding's elites strut their stuff with trend-setting creativity, style, and detail. Now, there's a lot to see, so let's get started. Welcome to Motorhead Garage, presented by Topcoat. We are at the 50th annual National Street Rod Association Nationals in Louisville, Kentucky. And John, this event is mind-blowing.
It is, Dave, man. There's over $300 million worth of vehicles here, over 30,000 of the coolest car people on the planet. I can't wait to check out these cars and mingle with the people.
And John, we're going to start big with the creme de la creme. There are 40 cars here from the finest builders all around the country, and it's called the Builder Showcase.
Most of the cars inside in the lobbies, we have Builder Showcase, which is examples of the builders' work that they want to showcase inside.
Wow, check it out. I'm standing in front of a 66 Ford, appropriately named the Cammer. Why is it the Cammer? Well, it's because of the 541 cubic inch single overhead cam engine, and I'm with the builder, Anton's, from Anton's Hot Rod Shop. Anton, man, take me from the front to the back to this car. This thing is gorgeous.
Well, thank you very much. We were commissioned by a gentleman in California to build this car. He drove a Cammer, Fairlane, back in the day for Ford. He wanted to recreate his dream, so he came to us. What we started off with is a bone stock Ford Fairlane. We got a hold of the Roadster shop, got a fast track IRS chassis. We build all our own engines in-house. This is an all aluminum 541-inch motor, daily dry sump. Allowed us to lower the engine so we could run a stock hood, and then the body modification started. We raised the rear openings 9 inches to expose those huge tires. The fronts were raised 3.5 inches. The entire front grille surround was handmade. The front and rear glass is flush mounted. We removed the drip rails. Bumpers had extensive work. Each was cut into at least 10 pieces before welding back together. The interior was inspired after a Ford GT. The instrumentation, the switches, all reminiscence of that car. The push-to-start button is out of a new Lamborghini Aventador. The pedals are out of a new AMG Mercedes, all things that the customer wanted. He had very specific wants on this build, and he just wanted to know that we would do exactly what he asked for. The wheels are one-off. He and his brother designed the wheels, got them into CAD, and then Curtis Speed machined them for us. And the result is they're spectacular. The car's beautiful.
Yeah, no doubt. I can tell the meticulous work. No wire harnesses. I can't see a wire harness. I tried to get in the car. The door handle flipped under there. I mean, just perfectly put together.
Thank you very much. We spent a lot of time trying to hide things that you don't need to see. We take attention away from things that don't need attention, like the hood hinges and wiring, fasteners. The inner fenders in the engine compartment were fabricated in a way that there's no more fasteners along the fenders. All the bolts are hidden underneath, so It's a very clean look.
Well, Anton, you hit a home run here, but you know it all started out with a chassis, and Dave's checking one out right now.
If you're doing any car project, whether it's a restoration or a new build, you want to stop at Total Cost Involved Engineering first, because they have what you need for any kind of hot rod out there. Evan, you guys have been in business for 45 years. What keeps you relevant after all this time?
Well, all the way from Ed Moss, our founder, all the way down through most of us at the shop, we are car guys. It's in our DNA. It's what we do. It's not just a job, but that's who we are. So we have our dream car. We know what it's like to make that become a reality. So we want to do that for our customer as well.
So it's a passion, so we know we're getting something cool. How do we know we're getting a quality product from you as well?
We've always prided ourselves on having American steel, American-made products. We have 50 employees, 5 buildings. We build everything in-house. We weld it in-house. We engineer it in-house. Everything's fixture welded. All the way down through the assembly line. It's quality checked. and I have a ton of inventory on the shelf so that I can get it to you quick, because we're car guys. We always order late, but we want it tomorrow. I can ship pretty much everything in 24 to 48 hours, and I can build you a complete chassis in 2 to 3 weeks.
And it's all backed up with a lifetime warranty, which I really love.
It is.
If you want to find out more about them, check them out at totalcostinvolved.com. And if you want to see more from the annual NSRA extravaganza, be sure to stay tuned to Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat. We'll see you right after this.
Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat, is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Clamp Tight, the clamp making tool. Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radios since 1977. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day on auto parts and accessories. And by Top Coat, advanced coating solutions through innovation and technology.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat. We are at the 50th anniversary NSRA Nationals in Louisville, Kentucky. I got to tell you, this might be my favorite car here. It's a 1956 Ford Fairlane Victoria. It's a Y-block board to 306. It makes about 600 horsepower. And I got to tell you, if you have 600 horsepower, you're going to need a way to control it. And that all starts with the steering, and John has more on that.
Flamin' Rivers V-Dog. Now, it's hard enough to win one SEMA award. What if I told you it won 2? Best engineered and appropriate for this show, Street Rod Best. I'm here with Brett. Brett, tell me about that, man. What is this product?
This is the variable angle V-Dog, and what this does is get people out of their compromised U-joint angles, lets them mount it in a 90-degree situation, 1-to-1 ratio, has an articulating ball that gives you another 35 degrees, made in either a cast housing or a billet housing. Great for cab overs, any type of situation where they just can't make it work with the U-joints.
Yeah, it's really tough to steer when you get some binding in there. How about the drive system? How does it, 1-to-1, or is it just regular steering?
Exactly, it is a 1-to-1 gear ratio, and by doing that, we didn't compromise the gear ratio that they're already getting supplied by their box or their rack.
Perfect, so it's just going right in line. What about this guy here? We also have another product.
Yeah, this is our micro steer electric steering unit. So putting the unit together, you're putting it in between the rack and the V-Dog, or just your regular U-joints. And what this does is this amplifies your effort by 3 times. So if you have a manual rack or a manual box that just isn't steering as nice as you want to, this would be the kick to put in there and do that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize they have electric power steering today, so whether it's a hot rod or a new car, this is going to help you out.
Yeah, exactly. People want the cars nowadays to drive like the car they drive to work every day. When they get in that street rod or muscle car, they kind of lose focus on what's going on, and that's what we're here for.
Well, perfect. That's exactly what we're here for. Flamin' Rivers V-Dog and the power steering, it's a winner. Check them out on the website.
Well, it started with a 1930 Ford pickup truck build and a dream. And Kim, Studley's Independent Rods was a company started by your dad 40 years ago. How has it evolved since then?
We actually manufacture 18 different bodies, independent suspensions, and we actually manufacture frames now.
And you don't just send them to a machine shop. How much do you guys do in-house?
We manufacture on spindles, upper and lower control arms, the cross members. We actually manufacture on bolts. So we do a lot in-house.
How do I know I'm getting a quality product from Studley's?
It's made in our shop. We don't ship anything out without, proof in it.
And it's not just the old truck bodies, you have other bodies as well. It's a pretty wide array.
It is, yeah. We actually build the Corvettes, the 58 through 62, 63 split window, the 37. We build quite a few different bodies.
What sets Studley's apart from some of the other guys out there?
American made.
Now this is just a sampling of what you do. What else do you offer for the street rodder out there?
We can complete your street rod build. We can do everything except the upholstery.
Studley's is a one-stop shop. No matter what you need for your hot rod, you can check them out at hotroddit.com. That's Studley's Independent Rods. Check them out.
So I'm here with Jim, who's the marketing director of the Street Rod Nationals. You're obviously doing a good job because this place is packed, man. It's a lot more than just a car show. Walk me through some of the things that are happening here.
In addition to the cars, we have commercial exhibitors selling automotive-related parts. We've got an arts and crafts area we'll call Women's World, which has the bling and all the fun stuff. And whole car parts swap meet. We got entertainment Friday night and Saturday, entertainment Sunday. So we've got things going all weekend long for the participant. Bigger every year. Of course, the nice part is we're in a central part of the country, So we get cars from all over. They're all street rods, they're all muscle cars. It's all the same, just where you end up setting.
Well, it's great. The cars are great, but it's people that actually make the show. Get out here and check out the NSRA. Great show.
Time now for Top Coat's tips and techniques.
Hey, here we are with this really cool Shelby Raptor. And you know, it's an amazing vehicle. We took this vehicle from Jacksonville, Florida to Tennessee, where we're currently filming right now, and we went through all kinds of weather. I mean, we hit crazy rainstorms, bugs all over the place, dirt, debris, big trucks, semis, you name it. And here we are, we get to our destination, and the truck still looks brand new.
I mean, it looks like it rolled off the showroom floor this morning.
Literally.
And this is a 2-year-old truck, Scott. This is a 2018
daily driver.
It's a daily driver.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing's not just sitting in a garage, it's not sitting in a showroom, and it looks this new.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about F11, Scott, is that we can hit this truck from head to toe. There's not a single surface that we can't do. We started with the glass, which gives us those amazing hydrophobic properties.
Well, and let's focus in on that for a second. You know, one thing that's really important to talk about is the glass, just for sheer, you know, visibility, for you know, safety.
That's right.
I mean, it's extremely hydrophobic, so you can see everything. I barely use the wipers, so at the end of the day, my confidence level was great, especially in those heavy rainstorms.
That's right. I mean, because it was raining very hard. You know those summer rains in the south.
Yeah.
And you know, you can also put it on this awesome plastic.
Yeah.
You can do these matte stripes, these really cool looking matte stripes, and they're going to stay looking matte. You can do it on this a beautiful glossy finish, and it's going to stay looking glossy.
Well, and again, you know, the cool part about it is denim stays denim. Gloss, incredible depth of image, of course. Plastics, you know, it brings out the natural color and the natural beauty of the plastic. But again, you get the showroom finish look, you get that really beautiful finish, but it's about what we just went through, the protection, and how long that product actually lasts. And going 500 miles and coming to our destination and it looking this good, it's just unbelievable.
It's crazy.
And all we had to do when we got here, and we didn't even have to do it, but just wipe it down again.
Maybe a 2 or 3 minute quick wipe down.
That's right.
And you know, if you want to find out more information, you can check us out on the website at topcoat.tv.
Stay with us for more Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat. When we come back, we're going to check out a 50s failure that's been customized into a classic by one of hot rodding's legends.
Motorhead visits the 50th annual NSRA Nationals in Louisville, Kentucky. Now your car's accessories are driven by a serpentine drive belt. And I can show it to you right here in action. Here's our serpentine drive belt going around all the components on the front. Components like an alternator, a compressor, a power steering pump, and it even drives the water pump. And think about this, without a water pump, catastrophic damage. That's why it's important to check it. Now, the rules change when it comes to checking it. Our old belts here used to be neoprene belts. You can actually look at it and you can see the cracks all the way through that belt. Well, that was pretty simple. You know it's time to replace it. Not the case today. They're EPDM material. What does that mean? Well, it wears down in the grooves like a tire. Then it starts to introduce heat into the components. It starts to slip and you have problems. So the way to check it is get you a belt checker. You can go down and get one of these, pretty simple. Just put it in. I got a new belt right here. It's sticking up. It's not worn down. I go to the next one, which is fairly aged. It's starting to recess down in there. And then I go to the worn belt and bam, it's totally gone. Now you can get one like this as well. Put it in the threads right there, the tread. It doesn't want to wiggle. I go to here, it wiggles. I go to the last one, it wiggles all over the place. So you want to make sure you take care of your accessory belt drive system. Truly a system. Tensioner, all is one component. Make sure you put a new belt on. Your car will be good for a long time.
Well, the Builders Showcase is a huge part of the NSRA Nationals. It's actually a car show within a car show. So let's start it off with this beautiful showpiece here. It's a 1958 Edsel. And Bobby, they said in 1958 the Edsel was too expensive and too ugly. But after what you've done here, I'm doubting that.
Well, I don't know if that's the case, but thank you.
It's a beautiful car. Tell me why an Edsel?
We have a customer in St. Louis we build a half a dozen cars for. His wife grew up beside an Edsel, and she always wanted one, and the story was that as long as he was living, she'd never have one. Well, that wasn't the case. He finally told me one day to find her an Edsel and build her an Edsel.
Tell me about this one in particular.
It's a 58, it's a Ranger. We found the car over in Charlotte and a couple of years ago, and they sort of left it up to us what we wanted to do to it. She picked the color. Other than that, it was our shop that did the rest of it.
How do you approach a project like this? How do you conceive it?
Edsel, that was a real hard one there. I mean, that was a challenge. We just tried to make it look like a hot rod, really. You know, big wheels back, little wheels in the front, put a good rake on it, and that really helps most all of them.
What is under the hood?
It's got a supercharged Coyote, Roush supercharged, 690 horse.
That's plenty.
That's plenty, you're exactly right. Probably too much.
Where are the bits and pieces from?
Well, I knew nothing about an Edsel, so I started looking at trim, and this is a 58 Ranger, which was a stripped-down model. Had a pretty roof on it, is what I liked about it, but I took the trim off of some of the more expensive, like the Citation and the Pacer, and just added a lot of trim to the car to try to get a little bit more flash.
How do you approach a car build? What makes these cars special?
The customer more, and it's something that she wanted, and normally we would not have ever attempted an Edsel, but there's such good people, and that's what she wanted, and so you try to build their dream.
This Edsel has a potent power plant under the hood. Let's check in with John to discover a way to make engine swaps and conversions go smoother and look better.
Well, you can have the greatest engine in the world. It's not going to do you any good without the proper accessory belt drive systems. I'm with Brent from Dirty Dingo Motorsports. Brent, this is your new product. You guys always take it over the top. Tell me, what am I looking at?
This is our new Gen 5 LT wet sump 8-rib supercharger kit. Utilizes our patented water pump adapters to put a Gen 4 water pump back in the center of the engine. Uses a Type 2 power steering pump. Most typical LS-based alternators, and runs one 8-rib belt around the whole system.
Now, aesthetics and functionality, that's the cool thing. The water pump could be anywhere. I mean, it looks good. Functionality as well, and the tensioner. Tell me about those two things.
Everything's moved up high, so it'll fit in most chassis, trucks, cars. That tensioner has 28 pounds of swing, just a pull, just the same as a factory LT4 tensioner on a supercharged application.
We are at a street rod show, so you guys got some packages for that as well, some nice tight packages for some street rods here.
We make multiple packages that pull all accessories up high, using Type 1 and Type 2 power steering pumps, even putting the AC compressor in front of the cylinder head.
Engine mounts, everything. Tell me about some of your other products.
Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5 adjustable LS, adjustable LT conversion mounts from street rod to 58 to 72 bolt-in, all the way to 99 cars and trucks.
They got a lot of products. Check it out on the website, dirtydingo.com. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat right after this.
Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat, is brought to you by Stage 8 Fasteners, home of the world's best locking header bolt. Locking kits now available for all turbo applications. Go to stage8.com. R3 Performance Products, setting a new standard for muscle car and resto mod builds around the world. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. TriStar Off-Road, the highest quality custom stacks in any shape, size, and style. And by Dannmar Equipment. Now you see it, now you don't.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat. We are at the 50th anniversary NSRA Nationals in Louisville, Kentucky, and I've been gawking at this 1971 Nova that is up for raffle. At the end of the weekend, one lucky participant here in the Nationals is going to win this thing. Now, lots of companies donated to the cause, and John is standing by with the company that donated the drive shaft.
Well, if it's a drive shaft you're considering, there's 3 different scenarios we want to look at. That's why I'm here with Greg from Inland Empire Driveline, 37 years of experience. Greg, the first thing, I'm going to go ahead and build a car, man. What do I do?
First thing you need to do before pulling a wrench is to go to our website or call us and we will mail you our powertrain setup guide.
Second scenario, I already have a car, but I want a drive shaft. You know, it gets into complexities of vibrations and things like that. What can I do there?
Again, go to our website, iedls.com, in the education zone, download and print out our powertrain troubleshooting guide. It'll give you 14 items to check for the source of the vibration. Don't spend money on tires, wheels, and drive shafts without reading this pamphlet.
Yeah, don't waste your money. Go to the website. Now, the third scenario, a lot of people are swapping transmissions to manual transmissions, maybe an overdrive transmission. That presents a whole new set of problems with the drive line. Can you help us there?
Sure. All overdrives are longer than all direct drive transmissions. When you install it, it will change the original joint angle setup that the car had. So you're going to have to go back in and revamp the angles to have a smooth operation.
Well, the best thing you can do is check them out on the website, because setting up one of these drive lines, well, it's an art form. Check them out at Inland Empire Drive Lines.
Well, one of the best kept secrets in the hot rodding world might be one of the coolest products you've never heard of. That's Hot Shoe Hot Rods. And Chad, your product's actually riding underneath a lot of these great cars we see on display here, right?
Yes, a lot of cars here probably have our chassis underneath them.
What sets Hot Shoe Hot Rods apart?
Well, really, our attention to detail, our service. We're a small company, detail-oriented. Want to take care of the customer first and foremost.
I'm looking at the detail underneath. A lot of these cars look great on the outside, but you're making sure it looks great on the inside, too.
That's right. It's really important for us to create a good product. Welds are TIG welded, nice finish right from the beginning, right when you get it from the door.
How can I be sure I'm getting a great quality product from Hot Shoe?
Well, we pay attention to each process that we do. It starts with the frame rail. We build our frame rails, and we sell a lot of frame rails to a lot of builders who like them. We specialize in that, sell a lot of them. And we make sure that they're ground a certain way, they have a finish like they're supposed to have, welded 100% like they're supposed to be, no cracks, no problems, just what a hot rodder needs.
Now, you're huge in the street rod industry. For what automobiles do you guys offer chassis?
Well, of course, we do all the street rods. 28 to 48 are the most common. Do a lot of those, Model A's, 32s. Those are ones we really do well on. But we're adding all the time. Trucks, Chevys 41 to 59, the mid-year Fords. We're doing a lot, including now C10s.
Well, if you want to see if they have something available for your project, check them out at hotshoehotrods.com. So that wraps up this week's edition of Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat. But we just can't get enough of the 50th annual NSRA Street Rod Nationals, so we're going to spend some more time here in Louisville and bring you another episode next week. We'll have more incredible custom cars and exciting new products, and you can enjoy it all from the comfort of your easy chair. We'll see you then.